here. This part's just for the people who are listening after the fact. So, hello, after the fact listeners. I've not. You need to go make it live. It's not yet.
It's going live.
It is not because it has not shown up on my phone. While we're here, everybody, please turn your phones.
It says streaming. 0 people.
Well,
Is it still unlisted?
it is still unlisted. Yes, that was my whole point.
Oh, I figured I had sent you the unlisted link.
Well, good, but let's not do that right now. Let's just make it public so we can get this on the road.
One time, Behind said that he would never produce a podcast that started with a cold open. And I think that this is like our cold open every week.
Just the confusion leading up to when we actually are live.
Oh, hey, look, we're live right now.
Hey, baby, let's hear that intro, baby.
One person watching in that case.
Bring it, fool.
Allow me to place one hand on my ear so I look like an announcer. Live from Lexington, Kentucky, horse capital of the world, Ohio Valley Wrestling and the Blimp present OVW FanZone Live, where the fans talk back. My name is Tiny Ryan, and chat room introducing, being accompanied by the OVW podcast broadcast team, please welcome OVW media champion, Kal Herro.
What is up, everybody?
Welcome. It's good to see you tonight.
You know what? It's really cozy in here today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Man.
This feels nice.
That is
thank
what
you.
we were going for, was cozy.
I dig it.
It's okay. You can just say it's hot. We know it's
it's
boiling in here.
This is cozy. Got the new couch.
Yeah, I like it.
Wall of 8x10s.
Yeah,
Is that a mannequin head?
Yeah.
Is that an
yeah.
Al Snow mannequin head?
That's actually Al Snow's handwriting on the mannequin head.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Victor, our senior producer here, he had pleb me on it.
Because he had no, yeah, he
Yeah, he didn't write it right.
So when Al
backwardly.
came through, he helped us out and wrote it the
that's so
correct
cool.
way. Man, Cal, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
So you are the current champion of the OVW Country Boy Media Championship. This belt kind of finds its lineage from the Country Boy Kentucky Heavyweight Championship, which you're also very familiar with.
Yes.
But like you've been, and correct me if I'm wrong, you've been the only champion to carry this belt. Is that correct?
I am the first and only ever
That's right.
champion, OVW Country Boy Brewing Media Champion. It's been pretty cool so far.
Absolutely.
It's a really sharp-looking belt.
It is a wonderful belt.
They did a phenomenal job.
Whenever you're given the opportunity to carry and define a new championship like that, and you've had a lot of defining moments in OVW over the last few years, whenever you're given the opportunity, though, to really define what a belt means, what's going through your head? Is that a lot of pressure on your shoulders?
Honestly, it's a lot of pressure. It's the having to be there at every moment, being a leader in the locker room, you could even say.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure, because you can't really make mistakes. You got to be on time. You got to help with everything. You have to do everything right and make good choices, and it's a hard line to walk sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you're always focused on just being behaved and well done and whatnot.
Sure.
So, but at the same time, it's the most rewarding thing ever because it makes you better as a person. Because now you have all of that responsibility, and that's really all a championship is it's responsibility. Championship is
Malachi, P.S. Woodard back there. Please put them in the chat tonight. Tiny Brian, do we happen to have any questions, or do you want to give us an update on the fan poll that we put out earlier?
Yeah, we just got one from Wendy Gayam. She asks, when
Hey,
will,
Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
When will OVW? When will Cal be defending the belt again? And you're looking forward to the match with Ethan in July. I believe that is EC3.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is EC3. Honestly, rumor has it I'll be defending it this Friday at Country Boy Brewing.
Okay.
I feel like I have to defend it. It is the Country Boy title.
That is.
Well, yeah.
That would make sense.
That is this Friday, May 24th. If you are in the greater Lexington area or even closer, I mean, Georgetown is not too bad of a drive. And
It's a stone's throw away.
It is the fastest growing city in Kentucky. It's a great little town. Country Boy is a great little place. You can come out and see Kal Herro and all of the superstars of Ohio Valley Wrestling this Friday. I think that gets underway at 7 p.m. I might have that wrong.
You have that right.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
7 p.m. And man, those Country Boy shows are so much fun. And you more than anybody else would know that these OVW house shows, these non-televised events, anything can happen there. You defeated Adam Revolver at the first show at the
Yeah,
Manchester
that's
Music Hall
right.
months and months ago. So anything can happen at these shows, and thus if you are an OVW fan, please attend.
Was named Annie's, and that was our very first show. So,
Really?
and I haven't been back since.
Well,
So I'm looking forward to the renovations. Yeah.
Homecoming for you. There's the Ohio Valley Wrestling Pay-Per-View Independence Rage live from the Davis Arena on June 29th, 2024. Las Vegas, Nevada, again, a wrestling city with a lot of wrestling history, and much like Chicago, has been reestablished as like a wrestling town in recent years. Wonderful opportunity for OVW, but this all leads up to, and I'm sure more dates will be announced. We'll be sure to keep you guys informed of that. This all leads up to, Cal, something I really wanted to ask you about. 4,000-seat arena, Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville, Kentucky, August 31st, OVW pay-per-view, OVW Fight Night. A community that deserves so much more than it's ever been dealt. A community that, where it might still be real. And a 4,000-seat arena at a really, really crucial time for Ohio Valley Wrestling. As you guys are preparing for
It's full of excitement. 4,000 seat. I believe we can fill that building up, and that's the end of the summer. That's the big one.
Yeah.
So, like for us, like this is not the end of the season, but like this is our Super Bowl coming up.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
that's
we're all
right.
hyped. We're all on our A game right now. it's a good atmosphere, and it's been a good atmosphere ever since Netflix wrestlers came out. We've all been excited because you guys have seen like the growth just at the Davis Arena.
It's exponential.
It's packed every single week.
Yeah.
And the talent just get better and better, and it's getting more competitive, which is making it better for everybody. So that 4,000 seats, man, if that place will be packed.
Yeah.
And I can't wait.
Yeah.
And I say this every week, but it's because it deserves to be said every week. If you have been to 100 OVW shows, or if you've been curious about going to an OVW show and you've never been to one, this is the one to go to. Pikeville is a great community. This is a really great venue.
We're going to be sharing tips and tricks on visiting Pikeville. Pikeville is my hometown. I say that every time we talk about it.
Yeah.
Mine and Victor and I both went to a high school about 45 minutes from Pikeville. That was our town we went to when we needed to go to the Walmart.
Yeah. As we like to say, when you have to go to the Walmart.
The Walmarts.
That is your Walmart store. So we are going to try to empty the hollers for that particular show, just for people that we know. So
And
Thank you.
They're actually friends with one of the sponsors as well, the vape shop that sponsors.
Beautiful.
So,
Beautiful.
But no matter what your relationship is to OVW, obviously, if you're here joining us on this Wednesday night for the OVW Fan Zone, you have a positive feeling towards OVW. But no matter what your relationship is to OVW, no matter how many shows you've been to or how many times you've missed them, how many times you've been curious about going to one, this is the one to go to. This is a massive opportunity for you as a fan to be part of Ohio Valley Wrestling history. And 4,000 seats arena, that's nothing to scoff at. You can get tickets for all of the OVW events at ovwtix.com. And we will be back with more of OVW Country Boy Media Champion Kal Herro right after this break.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy. Oh. Oh no. I think somebody had too much. You alright?
And you guys are partying.
I'll have the sips. I kind of feel like I'll be a little bit busy.
Oh,
Yeah,
righty.
hold on. I got a pillow. Do I need to tell you a story?
Please.
All right. Once upon a time, when I was little.
Do you guys still want to keep taking pictures? Or?
Yeah.
That's whatever you want to do.
So, when I was little, I lived out in the country. It wasn't.
He's not going to throw up or anything, is he?
I hope not.
I'm going to get out of here, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow, the wrestling brand.
To all of the loyal fans of OVW, I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude. Without you, there is no OVW. Without your passion, your energy, your unwavering support, there is no us. There's no talent, no production. Without you, there's no OVW. Thank you for being the driving force behind everything we do. The unsung heroes of our saga. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you OVW fans. We can't do it without you.
If you've ever dreamed of being part of professional wrestling or sports entertainment, make that dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling. The OVW Academy with Al Snow, the birthplace of legends including Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Miz, and many more. Will you be the next name added to that impressive list? Visit OVWacademy.com and apply now.
Welcome back to the OVW FanZone Live. My name is Jack Minogue. I'm joined today, as always, by my colleague, Brian Hines.
Hey, kids.
And this time, the OVW superstar, the OVW Country Boy Media Champion, Kal Herro. Cal, thanks for joining us this
Thanks
evening,
for having
man. Do we have any questions in the chat? We actually want to pose a question to the chat really quick.
Yeah.
Really?
What is in Kal Herro's fanny pack? Wrong answers only. Keep it civil. Don't be gross. Cal's a wholesome guy. Keep
Right.
it wholesome in the chat. But wrong answers only. What does Kal Herro keep in his fanny pack? Do we have anything from the chat right now? Ton Brian.
I don't have anything right now. We asked the one question we had, but everybody give me your questions in the chat, and we'll pose them to Kal Herro.
Do we have any progress on our poll question from this evening about the theme parks? What does the OVW fan base think about them returning to a Kentucky Kingdom-like theme park?
Or a theme park near you.
This is, I'm sure you know, like a
So we've got
big
Miranda says there's lip gloss in the fanny pack.
lip gloss in the fanny pack. Okay.
I'm going to
Country
go
Boy
with.
Brewing beer from Wendy is in the fanny pack.
I'm going to go with cheese.
I
Since
mean,
you're
he is from Wisconsin.
You want to know something?
What's that?
I did actually keep a cheese stick in my fanny pack once.
How did that go?
Nailed it.
It got smushed.
Mel G, controversially maybe, says pics of Al.
Picks about the fanny pack.
Look at this
Al's
part.
wrestling tots is another suggestion. You do have a championship belt or two with Al, if I'm not mistaken, don't you?
We've got like 3 or 4. It's
Really?
Wow.
been awesome as the newest rockers.
Yeah.
So we did like a whole tour in Indiana and then all the way up to Wisconsin. Then we came back down. We were in West Virginia. It's been awesome.
So I've got to ask, because earlier you mentioned that sometimes Al, would talk to you for a long time after your matches. How long does he talk about a match he was actually in with you? I feel like
He doesn't talk about it at all.
Really?
If we're in a match together, he'll be like, all right, we're done. Let's go. And I'm
How
like,
odd. Wow.
Melissa suggests toothpicks in the fanny pack.
toothpicks.
occasionally I do, but I usually keep my toothpick in my wallet. And my wallet's in my fanny pack.
That's a pro move.
Which makes me think
that
of Scott
counts.
Hall, which makes me
Yeah.
want to hear your best. Ayo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
That's not
pretty
bad.
good.
That is not a bad
Go
ayo.
fly.
Pretty good. That's pretty
Miranda
good.
suggests merch in the fanny pack. Although the fanny pack is often merch itself.
It usually is, but from time to time I'll toss a sticker in the fanny pack.
Oh, nice. nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
Easter egg.
So-
Treasure hunt.
like a poster to come with a record or something.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It's really great. So I guess we will jump into our predictions for this week, Brian Hines.
Yeah.
Last week you guys did not actually. We didn't go through predictions for last week's show because
it was a little
Al
hard
was
to get
here.
a
Yeah.
word. It was a little hard to get a
No
word in
holds barred
edgewise.
last week.
And so normally, Cal, we would have you go sit in our green room while this is going on. But I do sometimes like to actually have them here so that they can kind of make them squirm and look at one of the OVW stars as they try to predict what's going to happen on the show.
Oh, now I'm super excited.
Yeah.
So let's go over the week before last, which was the Fallout show from Double Cross. You guys said this was Sweethearts versus Freya and Haley. Jackman got that right. He said that Freya and Haley would win. Brian said Sweethearts. Jackman picked EC3, Evans and De Niro over Curtis, Vaughn, and the returning Crixus. Hines knew that Crixus is returning. We talked about a little about that underhanded maneuver on his part.
I was sworn to secrecy. I'm sorry.
Mercer versus
sorry.
Orion. You both guessed Mercer would win that one, obviously.
Have we talked about that on this show?
Yeah.
Where
What?
this guy keeps a secret over here?
Brian Hines is a secretive man.
He runs into Crixus backstage and keeps it a secret.
At Double Cross for 7 days from us.
Really?
He hits us 15 minutes before we pull up to the historic Davis Arena at 4400 Shepherdsville Road, and says it's gonna be Crixus. The secret guy's gonna be Crixus.
And Alex
He's-
says,
he's
"Go,
changed.
Daddy Hines."
He's changed.
He's a secretive man.
You shaking your head in disappointment at me makes me sad.
Don't be sad. Don't be sad.
I understood both that he was a journalist and was privy to his sources, but also I'm like, bro, we run a thing. Like, you just tell me the.
He wanted y'all to be excited.
Yeah, we
Well,
were.
yeah.
It was what a comeback. What a comeback. I will say.
I didn't
that.
know he
will.
was going to be there.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
I worked there.
Wow.
And this was the return match from Double Cross, Hero versus Drake. Both of you correctly predicted that Cal would win that match.
Yes.
Good job there.
That's right.
You both predicted Tony Gunn would beat Maximo Suave.
No,
So let's
sorry,
get
Max.
into, that's about it. Let's
Love
get
you, Max.
into tomorrow's, let's get into our predictions for tomorrow's
Can I
Rise.
say one thing really quick here in the
can say
middle
one
of the
thing,
show,
yes.
and I will try to remind me this at the end of the show. If you're a Maximo Suave fan, you're an Amazing Maria fan, you can tune in at the conclusion of this podcast. It's on the Nice Guy Andy podcast channel on YouTube. They will be guests over there this evening. We had a power outage this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, this almost never happened, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This was
thi-
almost
this
a figment
was
of your
Hey,
imagination.
you all were on top of it, though. Like,
Thank you.
no, thank you.
But Nice Guy Andy was going to be nice enough. He's another wrestling podcaster that lives here in Lexington who's going to be nice enough to offer us his studio for the evening. We got power, so we didn't have to take that option, but we want to shout out Nice Guy Andy. You can find him on YouTube. Great podcast, great guy. Lives up to the name, Nice Guy Andy.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
Maximo Suave and Maria are his guests this evening.
So Wendy Gayam is, well, she's saying naughty things about your dad at Cal. She
Everyone's
apparently
talking
finds
about
him
my dad.
attractive. Hey, nobody likes Mr. Hero more than me. He's a fixture around Davis Arena. We love to see him, but they really love him in the chat room.
That's big.
Wow.
There you go, Dad.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm sure he's watching right now.
And
Hey, Dad.
what
Mr.
does Jason O'Hara wants to know? What does Cal think of the team of Dustin Jackman and Jake Lawless?
Dustin Jackson.
Jackson, I'm
Jackson.
sorry.
You know-
You're Jackman.
I mean, Dustin's my guy.
Right.
He always
Yeah.
will be. Will always be the Fanny Pack
Former
Kid.
champions together.
Former tag team champions. We've won the Nightmare Cup. So clearly he is well suited for anything that comes his way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a team thing. And I think him and Jake Lawless, they're going to make a good tag team, especially at OVW. Jake's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has a great story, and he's kicking butt. Like I see
looking
him
better than ever, man.
better than ever. Same with Dustin. I see both those guys at training every week. You know, and not everyone lives close.
Sure.
So they will
Right.
take the time to come to training, to get better, to perfect their craft. And those two right there, those are good guys, and they are going to be a big benefit to the locker room.
Sure. Take us through a training session really quick.
A training session with our head coach Doug Basham.
I mean, it's right there in the name. He's going to bash you. So
Don't beat 'em, bash 'em. We usually get there. The thing is, if you're 15 minutes early, you're late. So you always
Yeah.
show up extra early. You get suited up. Before class starts, Doug will ask us, hey, you know, what'd you eat today? Did you work out? What did you train? You know, he's like our dad.
Sure.
He makes sure we're all putting in the work, making sure we're in good shape and good cardio. And then we get to cardio. And we'll do about, it varies, sometimes 30 minutes of in-ring cardio. It's gone the full 2 hours before. It just depends on the day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we usually get in there and we'll be doing, you know, different drills and footwork. And it's very based on just, easiest way to say it is perfecting our craft.
Sure.
You know, trainings are molded to the talent for things that, like, if they didn't do well the week prior, hey, this week we're going to fix that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not kidding when I say this, and I'm not even saying it because he is my coach. He is the best coach in the country. Doug Basham, he is the man. He's the first ever student of OVW, so he knows the game. And I look up to Doug.
And if
Not to throw you guys off, but Mickey James has just joined the chat.
Well,
hello,
James.
Mickey.
Really? Wow. Hey. Greetings.
Wrestling icon.
that is incredibly intimidating, Mickey, thank you so much for joining
and
us.
very
on this
humbling
Wednesday
as well.
evening. Very humbling.
Mickey,
very-
please
Yes.
come and be on our regular podcast, or here, or both, sometime soon.
Whatever you like, no
or
pressure.
You don't have to either. We don't tell you what to do. You tell us.
I was
what
just,
to
I said please. I was asking.
do. Toddy Bryan, can you tell us a little bit more about where we picked off, or where can we pick up from our predictions, please?
One more thing from the chat before we do.
Okay.
I'm a little
Yeah, that's why you can throw to me.
Take a breather.
It's okay. Mickey cannot hurt you from where she is, except mentally.
You would be surprised.
But she did say sweet vest cow, by the way.
thank
That's
you.
from
It
Mickey.
is a
So
sweet
it is a
Real
sweet
one.
vest.
She is correct.
Actually,
That is a
I
sweet ass
cropped it
vest.
myself.
Oh wow! Look at
Nice.
that. So Buzz Backlund, before Mickey wandered into the chat, but was being noised up in the chat. People
Buzz.
wondering when they might see a Buzz versus Cal.
I hope soon. Buzz Backlund.
We've heard a lot.
We've heard the
about
buzz,
this kid.
but we haven't seen the buzz.
We've heard
Buzz
a lot about
Buzz
this kid.
is legit. Buzz had his first match up for my dad in Wisconsin, GLCW.
Saw that
Yeah.
on Instagram.
He killed it.
Mark B would like a shout out. He's your biggest fan.
He is. What's up, Mark?
But Buzz Backlund, we've only heard how great this guy is. Do you have any estimation of when you might run into him, or when we might see him? Be lucky enough to see him at an OVW show.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He's
Even at the house
He's
show.
on the
he's
card
on the
tomorrow.
card for tomorrow.
Yeah, he's on.
Is
We're
he-
gonna predict
Yeah.
we're gonna predict him in a minute.
Versus the future Will Austin.
Uh,
Dun, dun, dun.
love me some Will Austin.
Oh, we
Can't
know.
lie.
We know.
My guilty pleasure, man.
I'm rooting for Buzz on this one.
I
Hard
think
not to.
Yeah, hard not to.
We'll get into our predictions later, but I think that could be something really, really special.
I mean, we're ready to do that now. I think.
Oh, let's do it.
Yesterday.
So, the first one that I have here is going to be a banger. It is the most successful man in professional wrestling, Carson Drake, versus Trailer Park legend Big Beef.
This Carson.
So it's
Drake
Big Beef
character.
versus Super Small.
You have you've had a long tangled history with Carson Drake, man.
That I do.
That is the only long and tangled thing about Carson Drake.
Wow. Okay.
You know what, though, with Carson,
I'm gonna have to point at the PG-13 side.
Hey,
That's
that's PG-13.
I respect him.
Yeah,
But
could
at
we
the s-
talk about that comment? Because that was a little complicated distinction you made in the ring a couple weeks ago about Carson.
It was, but at the same time, if you look at it like this,
Yeah.
every week Carson Drake comes out. He gives it his all,
Yeah.
whether he's cheating or not. That's why I don't fully respect him.
Sure.
Because he has to take shortcuts. But every time he goes out, does he not give his all? I mean, he is a true
Oh, yeah.
competitor.
I've
Like,
been-
there is competition when I'm in there with him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I need to be on top of my game to beat this guy. And so I respect him in that sense. Do I respect the person he is? No. But the work ethic, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I've been watching him at the Southern Ohio Spot Monkey shows for years now, and always puts in a great performance.
And to borrow some of your verbiage, these OVW house shows where the reins get kind of loosened, you want to talk about someone that is absolutely incredible to see in the house show environment. Carson Drake is absolutely incredible to see
Yeah.
in the house show environment.
Absolutely.
Tiny Bryan, please.
Oh, so what's our final prediction, gentlemen? Carson Drake versus Big Beef.
I'm rooting
Jackman?
for Big
Carson
Beef.
Drake.
So Jackman's taking Carson Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Are you rooting for Big Beef or are you predicting?
We'll go Big Beef.
Okay, so we are predicting Big Beef from the Behinds.
That's a tough boy.
He is.
Oh, yeah.
Is that?
Big Beef is incredible. Big Beef is incredible.
We have a couple. We actually have 3 in actions, so let's cover those right now. First
Okay.
of all, we have Super Z in action. Any idea who he might take on?
No, at this point, I really don't know what the.
There's
Super
the
Z
sign.
is.
Look at it.
Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I do think that we're on track, maybe this week or next week, to see the Nephilim in or around a Super Z match. I will say that much.
So do you think this is the week? Are you predicting a Nephilim interference or involvement?
I'm gonna say in the next few weeks. I'm not gonna put a hard stamp on it.
All right. And Mr. Hines, do you have a prediction about this match?
Super Z's going to kick whoever's ass.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who it is.
He's Super Z. He
Super
has his
Z-
own hand sign. Of
Super
course
Z's
he's going
gonna
to.
sell about 200 T-shirts. That's my prediction.
And 300 masks, yeah.
Somehow we got a mask. Did you guys notice that? I don't know where it came
yeah.
from.
Oh,
It just
check it out.
appeared up on our sign. So
That's amazing.
it really is.
It's super, really.
Beaches and Cream will be in action.
Oh, yeah.
Any
This
idea
is,
who their competitor or competitors, or will they just get the whole empty the whole locker room and just beat them up in a lumberjack
You know,
style match?
I could honestly see it be like Dustin Jackson and Jake Lawless. I think a big reestablishing week for Beaches and Cream.
Who was
this week.
the two big dudes that got a name? There was a new tag team, and I forget what they were. It's like Muscles and Mayhem.
Oh yeah.
So but that's big beef in somebody. So I guess we won't see that.
No, it'll be no matter who it's against, big reestablishing week for those guys. Or I think it's 50-50. They could break up tomorrow. I really don't know. I really don't know. Like where
It'd
else?
be hilarious if they broke up and then were forced to continue to compete.
The thing with them right now is like where else can you go? Like for me, like where else can you go with them if it's not just reestablishing them either as the most dangerous guys in the locker room, like they were viewed for a really long time, or they break up.
Right.
I think for me, those are the two choices. And honestly, now that I'm talking about them breaking up, let's put I love to say wild stuff on here. Within 6 weeks, Beaches and Cream break up. I'm putting it right now. Putting it there right now.
Interesting.
I don't know nothing.
Putting it out there.
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I really don't.
He really wants. He
I know
really
less
wants
and
a
less
pencil.
every day.
Finally,
I do.
our third in action that we know of is the number one contender to the women's championship. That would be La Princesa Tiffany Nieves.
Nieves.
I'm terrible with that.
Nieves. She's going to come back here and she's going to hurt you.
She gives me stink eye every time I see her because of that.
I
So,
remember. I saw it last week.
I'm telling
And you remember what she said in the interview? I'll do it again.
I'm sure she will.
Strap
So
up,
she will.
Tiffany.
who do we think Tiffany's going to be put against here as she is on the road to this championship match?
It's gonna be a stomping by whoever it is. I really don't know. If we're talking in action stuff, I think it obviously implies that she's gonna come out. I think that again, if we're talking about reestablishment, we're talking about Tiffany's coming out whooping ass, and I think that it's time to strap up Tiffany. I think let's put the belt on her. She is the most interesting prospect in the women's division right now to me as a heel champion with Ellie and Hitman behind her.
And a hell of a great interview, too.
Tony Bryan?
All right, then we have a heavyweight championship number one contenders match, which is also a fatal four-way match between Certified Luke Curtis, the Scottish War Machine Crixus, Shotgun, also now equipped with baby Tony Gunn, and
Congratulations.
and
Congrats.
the Indian Lion Malabali Shira. Who are we predicting comes out of this with the number one contendership?
Ooh, man, what a jam-packed match that is.
It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a good one. I know who I'm going to pick.
I think Crixus.
Yes, that is correct. I'm going to pick Crixus too. I mean, just back after a 6-month break, looks friggin' ripped, and it's the start of the season of war. The summer tour is about to hear, and Superior Tony Evans
So I'm hearing
holds the belt.
both of you are saying that Crixus is going to come out of this as the number one contender.
I think that he is such a juicy choice to be a contender, number one contender against Tony Evans as champion. I think that he's just like I think it's too good to pass up, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's like the heat of the summer.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have a tag team match: Shane Mercer and Jack Vaughn versus your OVW heavyweight champion Superior Tony Evans, and Jay De Niro.
I'm gonna go with the champion and his associate. I don't think that those two guys lose probably until Tony Evans loses the championship.
Hans?
I tend to agree. There's going to be some chicanery, maybe a loaded baked potato glove.
Okay. One more match and then one more other piece of business, and we're done with predictions. That is Will Austin versus, as far as I know, making his OVW debut, the Buzzsaw Backlund. I don't know if he's going to call himself the Buzzsaw. It just made sense in the moment.
That did make sense.
I think Will Austin is going to really, really, really put Buzz Backlund in a position to where he's going to be unforgettable to the people in Davis Arena.
And then he's going to beat him?
And then he's going to beat him.
Okay.
Wait,
Brian.
is it a title match or no?
No.
I can't imagine it would be. He's making his debut.
But
If it's not a title match, I want to go with Buzz Backlund.
Spicy choice, chat room. Spicy choice.
I don't know. I mean, as much as we've heard people talk about it, I think if it's a non-title, I think, yeah.
All right.
I think that Will Austin is honestly just so good at this kind of frantic, like throw everything at the wall, champion, like heel, like, kind of like fumbling around, but always like tapping into this aggression. And I just think that it's adding so much to his reign right now that I don't see him losing. But that's just my opinion. And, everybody know I love Will Austin.
Well,
Everybody
yeah.
know I love Will Austin.
So yeah, we've got some people supporting Buzz. We got some people who say specifically Cosmic Joe does not like Buzz. I'm not sure what he's basing it on, but who knows? So yeah, the last thing we need to talk about is a certain guy. He's sort of obscure. He's on the fringes of pro wrestling. Maybe you've heard of him. He's actually the manager for Waffle.
Yes, that's right.
That would be the hardcore legend himself, Mick Foley.
Mick Foley.
And his dog Waffle. I don't know how the dog will be involved, but that was the one word he had for us last time he was here, which was Waffle. I think I'm pronouncing it right.
So yeah, this will be the first time Mick Foley will be back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, about 2.
Kal Herro, Mick Foley's a guy you've known for a long time. No problem.
Since you knew how to walk, since before you knew how to walk.
Basically, yeah.
It's been made public knowledge several times. Best Mick Foley story, go.
Best Mick Foley story. Oh goodness. I think it was the last time I saw him. It wasn't even like a funny story. It was just cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I like my dad. He's a former GLCW heavyweight champion from like the 90s.
Mick Foley?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Right
it's,
on.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I've known him for a long time, and he's watched me throughout, the years, me growing up from when I was a little kid to when I was in high school. We went to his comedy show, and then like to finally see him in like the locker room, like dude, that was so cool. I'm in the locker room with Mick Foley, and
He's
not
now
only
your
that,
peer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I get to work with him. I mean, it was a proud moment, and I know my dad was proud too, because he spent a lot of time just doing good business and making good relationships, and built to a moment where him and his son got to share a locker room with Mick Foley.
Yeah.
And Mick Foley's a legend. He's the hardcore legend.
Yeah.
And
To be specific.
he's been nothing but the best, especially for OVW. So I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Yeah, no, and I mean, Mick Foley, it doesn't matter. The guy can walk out and not say a word and still get the biggest eruption of the night.
So
Yeah.
But it's, he's been great in this kind of little run he's done with OVW, just like cutting great promos.
Just because he can.
Yeah.
Literally, he tell us just because he can.
Effortlessly charismatic. And, it kind of did warm my heart when I saw him hit a DDT. Like, I never thought I'd get to see Mick Foley hit a wrestling move live. It's a pleasure just to be able to see him speak live.
Yeah.
A lot of legends come in and out of OVW these days, though. Mick Foley, we had Mickey James joining us in the chat. What's it like to kind of have these people that have seen and done it all behind the stage at OVW?
It's been nothing but a benefit to the talent. Having people age like Mickey James and Doug Basham, Al Snow, obviously, it's been awesome because these are our childhood heroes that are now helping us get to that next level, and they have done nothing but that. I mean, you see the product every week, and it just gets better and better and better.
Absolutely.
And the proof is that the building gets more full. I mean, to the point where we have a 4,000 seat building.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of summer.
Yeah.
So
we're there as we find less and less spaces to sit as we're
We
crowded
showed
more
up
and more.
a little after 7 last time, and I want to say that you said that we were like number 325.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
Couple of questions to catch up on. Somebody named Bunny B. So this may be some sort of weirdness, but I'm going to say it because it's in the chat. Malachi, pull it beep it if it's bad. What does Cal think of Bunny joining the OVW crew? Do you know anything about that?
I know Bunny, and Bunny is the bomb. She's there every week.
Heard it here first.
Yeah. I think that'd be fantastic.
And were there any Eurosu? Question for Cal. Were there any gimmicks before you settled on the Fanny Pack Kid? Or was it Fanny Pack from the start?
It was originally just Kal Herro. And then it wasn't until I was doing like an 80s persona. And honestly, I still do. It's just like this is not 2024 right here. This is
You kind of look like you're an REO Speedwagon.
That's kind of what I was going. You know, Al Snow loves REO Speedwagon.
Did
you know
a
that?
man of many different eclectic tastes.
Right.
I've been.
He's going to keep on loving that.
He heard it from a friend, you know.
Yeah.
But not to interrupt you.
Where were we? I got lost with the REO Speedwagon.
What was
Take it on the run, baby.
I guess kind of the gimmick.
It was
how it evolved into the Fanny Pack Kid.
Yeah, I was just Kal Herro. I came out to Wham! Wake Me Up Before You Go.
Hell yeah. I had that on cassette back in the day.
Dude.
Yeah.
And I was 16, so I was a kid. And didn't know the route I was going to go. And there was a store called Ragstock, and I'd always go in there, and they had like the 80s outfits and stuff. And I bought a fanny pack. I'm like, oh, I'll come out with a fanny pack. You know, why not? And I came out with it a few times, and then I was like, what if I started treating the fanny pack like head? And I did. And people loved it. It was awesome. And I'm at the merch table after that match, and like I think I told you before, like a little kid comes up.
New audience, though. So.
Yeah. A little kid came up and was like, hey, Mom, Dad, look. It's that Fanny Pack Kid. And I was like, boom. This makes sense. Like, this works. And from then on, like, as you can tell now, I'm not usually called the Fanny Pack Kid at OVW, but it's because I'm not really a kid anymore.
Sure.
You know,
You're now the Fanny Pack Young Adult, which does not roll off the
it
tongue
doesn't
quite as well.
You know,
No.
You could do the bum bag boy, but
that gives a different image.
yeah, it only works in the UK.
Curtis Clark asks, what stipulation match would you most like to do? So maybe one you haven't done yet, or one you enjoyed.
You have done.
I've done every.
Almost.
I mean, I have seen you get caught on
match.
fire. I think I saw your left leg get cut off and reattached in the ring once.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that have happened to you, mostly thanks to a human thumb.
A stipulation match.
Or you can say, what are some of your favorite stipulation matches that you've wrestled?
Honestly, I can't think of one that I haven't really done yet.
Have you been in a cage?
I have been in a cage.
Because I was going to say, I'm not seen a cage at OVW yet, so...
No.
I've been in a cage. I was in there. It was Tony Gunn and myself against EC3 and Jesse Godders.
Oh, wow.
I saw that cage up close.
What a time.
I've done the ambulance match I loved.
That was great.
we were there for that. Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah.
I love a ladder match.
And what a great way to close out that program with Adam Revolver, too, that ambulance match.
It's the only way, too.
Literally
He
shut the
threw
door on
fire
it.
at my face. He's maced me. I know he's done so much more. He split me open.
Yeah.
I don't like
DJ
Adam.
Eric is asking about a fanny pack on a pole match. Have we done that?
We haven't. I've had a pole match,
Yeah,
but it
you
was
just
the
did a
coal
coal
miners on the
miner's
glove.
glove.
Coal miner's
recently.
glove, which was a
Recently.
very Kentucky thing,
I
by
think
the way.
a 4 corners fanny packs on a pole match.
So you have to be wearing all 4 fanny
Did you
packs to
retrieve all
win.
4?
You have to wear all 4, and every fanny pack has to have something in it.
Something like one's got brass knucks.
one could have lip gloss.
One might have lip gloss.
Yeah,
You know?
it's
I
just
love it.
random. It's totally random.
Totally random.
Okay, so we need to write that down for the end of the summer, like a fanny, four corner fanny pack pole match. I dig it.
That would be fun.
Do we have any other either questions from the chat here or suggestions of what what might be in Cal's fanny pack wrong answers?
Yeah, keep giving us your wrong answers for what you think might be in Cal's fanny pack. But no, this is probably a good moment for us to take our final break.
Sure.
So we will come back with more from the chat room and with the OVW media champion Kal Herro in just a moment.
Hey guys, it's B. Hines, and I just wanted to say that I've been in the studio all day rearranging things because we've got some exciting announcements. We've got a couple of guests that we are going to interview later on this week, in addition to our regular weekly duties as hosts of the OVW podcast, the unofficial podcast of Ohio Valley Wrestling. I can't wait to share these with you guys, and we'll be looking forward to... I swear to God, dude!
If you've ever dreamed of being part of professional wrestling or sports entertainment, make that dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling. The OVW Academy with Al Snow, the birthplace of legends including Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Miz, and many more. Will you be the next name added to that impressive list? Visit OVWacademy.com and apply now.
To all of the loyal fans of OVW, I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude. Without you, there is no OVW. Without your passion, your energy, your unwavering support, there is no us. There's no talent, no production. Without you, there's no OVW. Thank you for being the driving force behind everything we do. The unsung heroes of our saga. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, OVW fans. We can't do it without you.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow, the wrestling brand.
Welcome back to the OVW FanZone Live. My name is Jack Minogues. Really quick, you can find us and what we do on a regular basis over at OVW Podcast. We 6 days out of the week are unofficial.
This is the only official day.
This is the one night that we're official. We are the unofficial podcast of Ohio Valley Wrestling. My name is Jack Minogues. His name is Brian Hines.
That's right.
We bring you interviews, show updates. Our producer, Tiny Brian, and our producer, Vic, host a show. We'll do special content drops. We also have a YouTube page. All of our social media and we're on all of the streaming platforms at OVW Podcast. We would really appreciate the like, the subscribe, a couple of views, et cetera, et cetera. This is a man who needs no introduction. We had to spend the time introducing ourselves. Kal Herro, if you're an OVW fan, you will know Kal Herro. You've been around OVW for a long time. You've been one of the defining superstars at OVW for a long time, and you are the current Country Boy media champion.
Since we're technically in the part, we've been kind of doing these all throughout, but
Sure.
DJ Eric asks, Kal, and I'm just kind of read this as it was in here because some of this I don't know that I understand. Kal, who from the early years of OVW would you have loved to wrestle? For me, he has some suggestions. It would be Al Snow versus the Machine, Doug Basham, and the Damaged, Danny Basham.
Who would I like to wrestle?
Yeah, who would you like to wrestle from?
Oh, man. I would love the Machine.
Sure.
to be able to face my coach, which I've gotten to do once before.
Tell us about that.
It ended in a draw.
Wow.
That's weird.
It ended in a draw, so we still don't know who's better, teacher or student. I know Doug, he's taught me a lot. I doubt he's taught me everything that he knows,
Sure.
because got to keep some stuff in the arsenal.
Yeah, he's been around a while.
He's been around a little
smart.
bit.
He's smart enough to keep some
So-
stuff in his back pocket.
The damage would be awesome. I mean, if you just look at that class you think of when you think of OVW, like
Yeah.
Cena, Randy, Batista, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes just basically did a commercial for OVW Academy and
did.
Al
Yeah.
Snow
Talking
on
about
another
Al.
podcast.
Yeah.
Should definitely go look that up if you've not seen it recently.
What a clip that is, really. Coming from the biggest guy in the biggest company in the world talking about OVW. He name drops
Whose
the
dad
address.
is perhaps-
He name drops the address. What
Did
an
he really?
incredible
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like at 4400 Shepherdsville Road in
Yeah.
Louisville. Can he even pronounce Louisville correctly? I got to commend him.
Well, that's Cody all the way. You
Yeah.
know, he's always gonna get that good baby face reaction. You know, like he I bet he says Appalachia.
If he says Appalachia, I'm gonna throw an apple at him.
Oh,
so.
no, yeah.
Waka waka.
I bet. No, that is. But seriously, if you guys haven't seen that video, what a wonderful, wonderful little clip for OVW.
So
Very cool.
Bunny B asks if she would be the best manager ever. Maybe she's politicking to be your manager. Do you need a valet, a manager?
I don't even know why Bunny's asking the question. Bunny and I both know you would be the greatest manager ever, especially at OVW.
There you have it.
So,
So who is? Do you mind if I ask who is Bunny?
Bunny is, since I've been at OVW, is a fan who shows up all the time, and it's just the sweetest person ever. She's just that person when, like when we're at the merch table and we see Bunny, like, we have to go say hi.
Sure.
She's an original.
Yeah.
Well, Bunny, thank you for joining us
Yes,
tonight on
thank you.
OVW FanZone Live with Kal Herro, OVW Kentucky Country Boy. No, just Country Boy Media Champion. I still want to get that Kentucky in there because I think much like Tiny Brian, we like it. You're from a very proud state as well, but
Yes.
Kentuckians, we like to talk about Kentucky.
Kentucky's home now.
Yeah.
I love Kentucky.
Well, and,
yeah.
and there was something to be said for on Wednesday, the state government of Kentucky invited the whole of the OVW down to be recognized on the floor of the high chamber of our legislature as OVW Day. I was there. I talked to people. It was a fun time. And the very next night, Mick Foley retired the Kentucky Championship. I'm like, they're going to take back your holiday, guys.
hey.
Yeah. February 16th.
There's room for Kentucky on here, right?
We can put a little
media
sticker
guy.
on it, yeah.
We got country.
A
We all
mud
know where
flap.
Country Boy's from. We all know where Country Boy's
That's
from.
right.
That was some of the first craft beer I ever had in my life. I was lucky enough to live half a mile away from the original tap room here in Lexington, and it's been such a wonderful pleasure to see those guys grow over the past decade or so. And if you've never been to Country Boy, they have a few different tap rooms. Most importantly, on Friday night, the 24th.
Yeah.
They have a tap room in Georgetown that will be hosting Ohio Valley Wrestling. Cal, do you mind to tell us some of the other dates that are on the Danos National Tour really
I'm
quick?
so glad you actually came prepared this time.
Oh, wonderful.
If you were wondering what's in the fanny pack,
Oh, which we were. We had lots of wrong answers.
Yeah, we did. But this is the right answer.
Love the bill. Oh, look
got
at
it right
that.
here.
He's got a note.
Two dates.
the tour dates of OVW, the summer tour. We start hot. Friday, May 24th at Country Boy Brewing. And then we go to Guston, Kentucky on May 25th.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we will be heading to Des Plaines, Illinois on May 31st.
The Chicagoland area.
The
and
Chicagoland.
Chicago.
That's only like 2 home
You're
territory.
gonna swing by? You're gonna
Absolutely.
swing by?
They've
Sheets,
got all of it.
Wawa. You
I
get up
just
to
had
Wawa?
Wawa for first time in Philly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it basic to say I just like a pilot? Like the big
Yes.
truck stock pilots with the Wendy's. Those are my favorites.
You know,
I think actually the most basic one would be to like a Buc-ee's, but then you go in a Buc-ee's and it is actually everything you've ever been told
it's
it was.
beautiful.
Yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt
you know
Cal.
what? Gas
It's a nice gas station talk.
You know,
Thank
I
you.
love gas station talk.
Well, that's what the end of this show is really supposed to be about.
Gas
is the
station
weird
talk.
gas station
Yeah.
talk. And
what
anyway,
it should be.
so we were in the Chicagoland area. Where's next?
Oh yeah, Longport, Indiana, on June 1st. It is a free show, so make sure you come to that. And then after that, we will be heading to Crestwood, Kentucky, on June 8th. After that, we hit Mount Sterling. Good old Mount Sterling. I love Mount Sterling.
We can't wait for that show.
Yeah, I think we're going to be. I think that is that the same day as that Cincinnati show?
It is.
Yes, June
Yes.
15th.
I think that we might split into two different
Yeah,
parties.
I think
that-
we're
We
gonna
might
have to
factionalize.
We're gonna
Yeah.
separate the saucer from this rest
Sort
of
of
the
an
show.
OVW podcast
The Wolf
black
Pack,
and an OVW
yeah.
podcast red.
the
you know.
Wolfpack versus
sweet.
the
Too sweet.
Hollywood.
That's right.
Yep.
So and then that same day, we'll be in Cincinnati, Ohio, on June 15th, and then Independence Rage on June 29th. It's
Right
my
there.
dad's birthday, by the way. Mine's the 28th, so
Oh,
just saying.
in case you're keeping up at home.
We'll be in
Do you have a
Las
pen?
What
Vegas
do, you,
on.
what do you give the man who has everything, including the championship?
You give him a wrestling show.
Yeah.
You book him.
Maybe a Kentucky sticker. Put that
Oh, yeah.
across. You know?
No, I think that's just Nazi Bill. That's
It's yeah. We wouldn't want to face it with a sticker. As much as I like Kentucky, that is a nice
saying.
belt,
and the big one here.
and
The
you
big
wear it
one.
well.
The big one. It's right. It's actually in big lettering right here. OVW pay-per-view. OVW Fight Night at the Appalachian.
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 Apparently, people down here get really, really upset about
Really?
that.
Well,
not
I'm from
here, but
Ohio,
east
so
of
I'm
here.
still
Thank
learning,
goodness
too.
I stopped here before.
I want
Yeah.
you to know that going out there.
Yeah.
It is really it
We
might
have
be
an
pivotal
expression.
to the way that you're received in that building tonight to say that word correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
If you say Appalachia, we will throw an Appalachia.
Okay,
That's
I will.
that's the best way to remember.
I will.
Yes.
Didn't you already tell that joke?
I will tell that joke every time it comes up.
But
Just
it's-
like you will tell everybody you're from Pikeville every time this comes up.
Absolutely.
I
Look,
don't-
It is
when
in
they,
Pikeville.
when they,
That's
Yeah.
how those
He's
mountain
from
folks
Pikeville.
is.
He
That's
is.
how those
I
mountain
heard that.
folks is.
Look, when they do a show in your little Ohio town, you'll say it every time too, and I won't begrudge it to you.
Yeah, I know.
Cal OVWTix.com.
OVWTix.com. Get your tickets. It is going to be a busy summer, and this Fanny Pack party, it's a world tour. It's not just Kentucky anymore. We'll be in Vegas. We'll be in Illinois. Rumor has it we might even find our way up in Wisconsin.
Why not?
We'll be in Ohio. We've been in
well.
Nashville.
As we're coming down to the
Rumors,
last,
maybe Texas.
oh, love it.
Yeehaw.
As we're coming down to the last couple minutes here, can you talk to us a little bit about GCLW?
GLC.
Or GLCW, the Great
Absolutely.
Lakes Championship Wrestling? I know we've got some Wisconsinites here in the chat
We
room.
do
Go
got the
Wisconsin.
Wisconsinites, the quick trippers. GLCW is my home promotion from back home. My dad runs it. He's ran it for, I think it's 26 years this year. And man, that's where I got my start. And I love OVW so much. And sometimes I feel like I'm betraying back home because I'm here so much. But let me tell you, when I'm back home and I get to work for GLCW and my dad and the fans there, it's so fun. Like, you guys need to come out to a show. And if anybody's in Wisconsin or the Illinois area, definitely come to a GLCW show. They're always fun.
Apparently,
And
your dad is hot. Once again, that's coming up in the chat room.
good for you, Dad. Dad's killing it tonight. So
There's a lot
Solving
of,
all the world's
go,
problems.
Mr.
that
Hero.
man.
All
always
right.
solving all the world's problems.
the chat really does have a soft spot for older men with graying hair.
Is that
They
it?
sure do.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Daddy Brian?
You tell me, man. I'm
that's
not the
where the
one man in the
nepotism comes
chat.
from?
I'm the one hosting
The
the show
looks?
with
The
Jackman.
nepotism? Is it from the looks?
It might be. It might be. You mean you're a good looking cat too.
I'm
You're a
messing
good looking
with
cat too. I was be like, come on, man, don't do that.
Oh,
to me right
no. No, that was not towards you guys at all. That was
Oh, so you realize, I don't know if you realized or not, but as you're doing it, I'm literally kind of walking around the arena. So in my mind, you spotted me and was like, I'm going to get them. It's
Oh,
like,
no.
How dare they?
Yeah, and
I was
heard
doing
that
this
thought,
number.
If you don't mind, I'll explain that
Please.
promo.
Sure.
Please.
The promo about nepotism and my dad, and it's not from you guys. It's not any person in particular. When I first started, the first day I started training, my dad said, "Hey,
Hang on. Sorry about that. He randomly cut to break for no reason. You're back on. When you first started,
we hushed.
Yes.
when I first started, the
thank
first
you.
thing I was told was, "Hey, I've been doing this a while. Some people are gonna like me, some people aren't, and that's gonna affect you."
And this is your father.
This is
telling you
my
this.
dad telling me.
Yeah.
And at the time, like, I didn't know what that meant. I was like, "Oh, I'm wrestling now, woohoo!"
Yeah.
I didn't
because
ever.
you were what, 16, 17 at
I was
this point?
16.
Nobody
I was a junior
understands
in
that
high
kind of
school.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was worried about passing the test on Monday. And he had told me that, and it wasn't until maybe the last year where I started hearing nepotism more and more.
Yeah.
And I don't mind when people say it. People can have their opinions. They can think what they want.
Somebody did suggest that we have a T-shirt that says you can't spell cow without Al in the chat tonight.
Make it.
Yeah.
I'll sell them.
Guess,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
There's only
sell 'em.
one
That's
person
money for you,
There's
man.
only one
Yeah.
person who wins there, and you're looking at him.
I'll give Al a cut. I have to.
He does have his name on it.
No, I don't mind when people say nepotism.
Sure.
What bothers me is when my dad's brought in for no reason, because he still lives in Wisconsin. And the reason why my dad never moved down here with me is because he wanted me to go off and do my own thing, because he wanted to be that father that wasn't always a helicopter, So me coming down here, this has been nothing but growth. Like when I say I'm not the Fanny Pack Kid anymore, it's true, because since I've moved down here, I'm turning into a man. I got bills to pay now.
Yeah.
It's so lame.
Yeah.
And no, that promo was for the locker room. It was for the people.
Well, we've
in the
heard
back.
some of that in the interviews. Like, if we've said it anywhere, it's because we've heard it
Yeah.
from other
Yes,
folks.
absolutely.
Whispering it or implying it or sometimes outright saying it during our interviews.
And they can say it all they want, because if they don't say it, I don't get to explain my side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a long time, I was quiet and I'd let people say stuff. Now it's a little different because I've realized that the only thing I really have is my name. And if people are talking down on my name, and especially bringing my dad into this, like, come on.
And if you're not talking, they're the only people talking. So
That's it. And I'll tell you this. My dad is a single father who the reason why he has these relationships isn't just because he was in wrestling. He was trying to make up for half a parent I didn't have.
Yeah.
So me having an Al Snow and a Mick Foley, I'll say it like this, it'll never replace having a mom. But my dad did a pretty dang good job making sure I forgot about it, and that I could just keep going and live a happy life.
found some good replacements for the card.
Great replacements.
He did a pretty good job at making sure you turned out all right.
Cal,
You
it
did all
is-
right.
It is overwhelmingly obvious.
Yeah.
What a great guy you are whenever you're around. You really add a lot, not only to the few interviews that we've done, but just off mic, hanging out with you. You very obviously have a very, very wonderful energy.
Thank you.
And I don't think there's any question how well your father raised you.
No.
Having said that, that was such an exclamation point of a promo. It really, really was, man. And it was really fantastic. And there's not, even before I had any grasp that you knew Al or that you knew Dave Hero, back when you really were still just the Fanny Pack Kid, I was such a fan. It has been a true immense pleasure as a fan of OVW and as a fan of yours to see you grow into this version of Kal Herro. I cannot wait to see what happens next.
Me too.
On the way out, do you mind to plug your social medias here?
Ooh, is that time?
It is. We're about done here.
Yeah.
You can find me at the Kal Herro on Instagram, Twitter /X, TikTok, Facebook. Did I say? Is that all of them?
I think that's it.
I think that's all of them. Every social media platform.
You said the
I'm on.
Instagrams, right?
The Instagrams.
Yeah, the
The Instagrams. The Kal Herro. I'm all over that stuff. I love to post.
Yeah.
Ren
Yeah.
has volunteered to be an older sister for you if you need one.
Let's
or
do it.
Sibling. So
The chat's getting weird tonight.
I don't know if you're all
Is it
aware,
usually
but
like this?
No, it's Dave. Once we mentioned Dave Hero, it got started.
My dad's over.
so yeah, Cal,
Yeah.
thanks again
That's
for joining us.
Thank you.
And everyone come back here next Wednesday night at 7, assuming OVW lets us keep doing this, and we will be back with more for you.
We have a guest
Not
tentatively
confirmed.
not
We can't
confirmed, so
confirm
we won't-
that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
won't
won't-
mention
yeah.
it.
But we do plan on having mystery guests. As of right this second, they are mystery guests or a mystery guest. It's
or
a mystery.
it'll be me and Brian sitting and looking at each other. We'll see what
That
happens.
that could be
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I'm going to try this again. The OVW FanZone Live, the official fan reaction talk show of Ohio Valley Wrestling, is produced by Blacklight Moon Productions at Nut House Studios in Lexington, Kentucky. The OVW podcast broadcast team is Jackman Oates and Brian Hines. Our studio engineer is Malachi P.S. Woodard. I'm your executive producer. I'm Tiny Brian Woodard. And the senior producer for The Blimp is Victor Anderson. On Monday mornings, catch the OVW podcast, where the unofficial podcast of Ohio Valley Wrestling, and we break down every episode of OVW Rise. Every Friday, catch me and Victor covering OVW Overdrive. After watching wrestlers on Netflix, visit ovwpodcast.com/podcasters to find all episodes of Podcasters, our unofficial wrestlers after show. And this June, keep watching for Wrestlers Watching Netflix, Wrestlers Watching Wrestlers, our unofficial Wrestlers Rewatch. Be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Rate us 5 stars, give us a review, and you can follow at OVW Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, Threads, and all the way
to the
to
Davis
Davis
Arena.
Arena. Have a good night, folks.
Love you.